Hey everybody, we're going to get going here in about 1 minute. Just got to get a live feed going here on my Instagram account. Give me 1 second and we're going to start. Tonight's going to be just a quick review of the markets for the day. I don't necessarily see any trades happening this evening. I want to save it for tomorrow. I'm going to do a live session tomorrow morning for New York Open, so there's not going to be a ton of action happening tonight, unfortunately, just because of the time of day and the news events that are coming out. But I will show you kind of what's happening for the day, and then we'll go from there. Sorry if the stream is bad. I'm just actually downloading a gigantic file and it's almost done. I got about 89% complete here, so it might take just another couple of minutes and hopefully the stream health will be okay. Just give me a thumbs up, yes or no, if you can hear me, please. And we're going to get going here. Let me actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to close down some of these other apps that I got just to kind of maybe help the stream feed a little bit here. 1 second. Okay. Video output low. Yeah, I'm getting a signal here saying my video output's a little bit low. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. I'm assuming you can hear me here, but again, apologize, it might be a little bit delayed. So I'm going to get going here pretty much right now. %94 complete, just about there. Let me just 1 more minute here. And I'll get started. If you guys are just joining us, I'm just going to be doing a real quick market review. I'm going to take about 10-15 minutes just to discuss some of the pairs that I'm looking at here going into tomorrow's trading New York Open. Just because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of action happening tonight. Nothing anyway that I really want to get involved in, nothing for sure in terms of high probability setups. So I want to make sure that we have some high probability stuff to work with. So that's why I'm going to be trading the markets more tomorrow morning for New York Open. So we're going to be getting going tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. New York time, right before equities open, and I'm going to be doing some quick assessment, and we're going to be hunting for a trade. So what I'm going to start with here, and I'll just double check, I think my download is done. Good. Okay, download done. So hopefully my stream health should be a little bit better here. Okay, let's give this a try here, and hopefully this will work a bit better for me. It's still giving me kind of a yellow and a sort of and a red, as in I'm not getting a great stream, but it is what it is. We'll get going anyway. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, so we're going to start with the US dollar index, and today we basically saw kind of a bit of a pop-up from current levels. So this was Thursday's trading, Friday's trading, and then Monday's trading was right here, and then we're just opening up today's new candle here for London Open, which is basically doing nothing so far. So nothing too serious going on there. But I think we're kind of at the low point on the swing right here. So here's the thing. I've said it a couple of times. We all know the U.S. Feds have increased the interest rate currently on the US dollar, so it should in turn drive the price of the US currency up. Also, Trump came on saying that the dollar needs to get stronger, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Seasonal shift that I mentioned about a dozen times leading up to it, and the market came down and took out a low that it posted here and rejected right off of it. So I think if we were going to continue lower, we would have done it here. Now, what they could be doing, the alternate scenario that could have happened is that price is just coming up, and you can see here, just grab the stops, grabbed a little bit of liquidity, and rejected and traded off lower. If we break this low here, if we break these lows right under these candles here, see this candle body here, 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 and here, and here. If we break that, and I mean if we close down below it, so one of these candles closes below that, I am going to expect the price to continue to roll over, and we could be heading lower. I don't foresee that happening though, as I said a few times, based on the previous reasons. I think we're going to be... Hi, it's how you doing? I'm just doing a live trading session here, so I'm talking with some people on YouTube as well too, and so I'm not going to be doing too much on the Insta Live, so if you have questions, just save it for later, and I'll get to you here in a few. Sorry about that, guys. So US dollar, I think we will continue higher. What I want to see is rejection off of this level here. Now, before I got into the US dollar, I just wanted to bring up real quickly the economic calendar for this week. And I'm sure that you're already aware. If you're not, this is going to be new for you. So we're pulling up the weekly economic calendar here, and here we are on Tuesday's trading. You can see the arrow right here where we're currently at for news. There's not a ton of market news drivers for a lot of pairs. There's this FOMC member, Dudley speaks at 7:30 a.m. New York time. Probably won't do a whole ton to the market. And then some Kiwi news later on in the day. And really there isn't anything big until this guy right here. So some pound sterling. Don't know, honestly, how much it's going to drive the market. Probably not going to be huge. It's not going to whipsaw it or anything like that, but we could get a little bit of decent movement on it. So again, really lacking news in the morning, and this is kind of why I've elected here now to trade into New York Open, because there's really not much happening until then. So I think we'll probably start to see the markets move a little bit more once we get later into the day, into the early part of the New York session. So that's why I want to trade that. Now, just so you know, we won't be trading. Wednesday will be our last trading day. We won't be trading Thursday at all, because Thursday's typically sideways days, right before the all the fireworks happen on Friday, which is obviously non-farm numbers are coming out. So there won't be a lot happening on our end in ways of signals or anything like that. But like I say, Tuesday, I think we should see the pound moving, obviously, with this guy here yapping shortly later on in the day, and so we're going to be looking at some trades for that. So with that being said, I'm going to whip back to the calendar, or to the charts here. Okay, this area right here, you see this wick? Price has rejected off of that level, and one sec, guys. Sorry, I'm just moving my, see if I can get a better angle here on my screen. So price rejected, took the stops, ran lower, and now so far it's failed to get lower than here. This red line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a level here. If price breaks this and closes lower than 89.60, I believe we are going to be going lower on the US dollar. Again, I don't foresee that happening. I think that it's going to put the lows in. Tomorrow it may bang down, and it might do something like this here where it might wick really, really deeply. I'm looking for a rejection though at any levels below this, and then I think we're going to be trading higher onto the end of the week. So I am, I wouldn't say I'm hugely bullish on the US dollar. Price could very well just keep consolidating in this range for the next foreseeable future. And I won't be fully bullish on the US dollar until price gets higher than this level here. So if we start trading up higher than the old highs over here. Call it 92.50, thereabouts. I'm not going to be real strongly bullish on the US dollar, and by that I mean I don't think price is going to get up into here until we break this level here, obviously, and then I know we're going to be heading that way. But right now, I mean, we could just be consolidating, or slowly chopping higher for the next 3 months just to get up to this consolidation level here, and then maybe they'll drop it and take out these lows. I don't know until we get there, but I am moderately bullish, and I think this level in here, this blue line right here at 91.50, I think that's the next target on our hit list here to watch for. So if we're long US dollar, obviously we are going to be short Euro USD and pound dollar and several other currencies with the US in the currency basket. So I'm just going to talk real briefly about the Euro USD. Basically the same thing that we saw on the dollar. This guy right here, see this candle right here? I think that if the price of the US dollar does decide to drop a little bit, then we could get a bit of a run more up into this candle here, and then I want to see rejection at that level. So basically right around this 123.80 level. I don't want to see it go much higher there. Maybe 124 big figure. I would, could get hit, and then I'd want to see price start to roll over. And really all they did here, you see these highs right here, this small consolidation area right here. They basically were just coming out and taking stops out of there, and I think what they're going to do, going to do one final stop run higher, bang off the edge of this candle here, and then run lower. And this is my target area down here at 12100 basically. So that's about 200 to 300 pips away from here, where we're currently at, which I think is very easily doable. Maybe not this week getting down there, but definitely into next week for sure. If we see continued bullishness on the US dollar, I would expect this pair to roll over in turn. Sorry, just writing a quick note here, guys. Okay. So that's the Euro USD. So I'm going to be looking, and if we kind of drive down into this, there's really not a lot of Euro news happening tomorrow either with that economic calendar. But I am expecting price to continue to break lower. Like I say again, you see these highs in here. Price came in and just basically took the liquidity out. Let me get rid of these data dividers. It ran the stops on this guy right here. It ran and rejected, and now they're coming back up again. So I don't want to see price go much higher than this consolidation range in here. If price gets higher than that, and like I said, this blue line here, maybe even 124 big figure up in here, up in sort of this area here. If price wants to get higher than that, then you can forget all this thing falling off. It's going to continue to run bullish. But I think we've got a pretty big level down here that I think prices aren't going to want to get to. And the only reason being because this was just a liquidity run up here, and they tanked the market. And they've come down and grabbed a ton of stops down here, and the next foreseeable area for stops is right up in this area here. I think they're just going to come back up, grab those, and then fall off again. And again, these old highs back in here are going to be my first targets. Actually, sorry, technically, these lows here are going to be the first targets, and then these highs here are going to be the next target from there. So we'll watch for that. I don't think that's all going to happen tomorrow. But I do not want to see it go much higher than this. If it goes higher than this, again, it's going to negate that whole idea, and we could even see the US dollar index dropping from there. So we'll watch for that. Pound dollar, I think I will be watching this pair tomorrow, and I think we're going to have a trade on it. I actually took a trade on it today. It was just a short little scalp. It wasn't a bad little trade, but price had ran up through here. See this line up here at 138? It was actually 138.60, right about there. I actually went short right here at 138.60, and I was anticipating basically just a touch off of these old lows back in here. And price, it actually worked out very nicely. Price stabbed up, rejected. I got short at 160, and then price dropped another 30 pips or so from there, right down into here, and we exited the position right down here. So it was a little over 30 pips that we managed to capture there today. So nice little intraday trade. But I'd like to see price fail from here. Like I say, I don't want to see these two tweezer tops here get taken out. I think we're going to see continued bearishness. And what I want to see are these lows here ran, price to come back up and then retest this area in here and then fall off. So basically I want to see if price can do this. The other option too is price just consolidates until this happens, but this is sort of what I'm anticipating. It may not retrace this deep, but this is kind of the price action that I'm looking to get short on going into the New York session. So that's what I'll be watching for there. UJ had a great reaction off of this level, this 105.50 level. And by the way, this 105.50, I'd been calling this level when price was all the way up here. I said it was going to go in, tag off, and basically that just brings us off to the old high over here. And that was our target. And it tagged off of that beautifully, and then price rejected quite nicely today. So if we continue to see further strength on the dollar yen, I would anticipate an area, for instance, up to here. May not even get that high. I mean, we could be putting the highs in where it might just start to roll over again, but I do foresee that this thing is going to be going lower. And I would, as long as we continue to see bullishness in the yen, we could see these levels and maybe even this low down here taken out. So we're going to watch for that and see if there's any setups in the week on that. But again, all of our trading is going to be pretty much done with by Wednesday. I don't want to be trading too much later than that, just because of all of the F1 or non-farm payroll news coming out on Friday. So I want to talk about this real quickly. Look at the price action on US CAD. Let's adjust this so you guys can see that a little better. Great price action, and I thought this candle right here was pretty much going to be the end of it. And you can see Monday's trading just completely smashed through that huge update today. And to be honest with you, I wasn't watching the US CAD, so I didn't get any part of this, but that was a big day for the CAD. It's 125 pip day on it. And this was my target right here, was 129. Oops. It was right here at 129.20 was my target, and you can see price smash through it. So it actually didn't give it to me on Friday, and Friday's trading kind of pissed me off a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you. This was Friday's trading. You can see in here, I ended up getting long right in here with the anticipation that price was going to run up to here. Not only did it come back down and stop me out on this quick little wick action right here, intraday price fluctuation here, but it also failed to run the high by about 5 pips, and then it traded softer. And then this was today's trading, Monday's trading here now. We're into Tuesday's trading now, but this was yesterday's trading, I should say Monday. And price just kind of went sideways for most of the day, and then you can see the New York Open and just skyrocketed from there. You know, I wasn't watching this pair then, so I didn't get in on that move, unfortunately, but you can see some great action up there. I'm not necessarily going to continue to be bullish on this pair. This is a nice bull move, don't get me wrong. I'm bullish US CAD. However, I want to see price, let me get rid of this. I want to see price do this, come back down and retest these old highs back in here, and these old highs, and then I want to get long from there. I don't want to get long from its current level, just because, you know, look at this price stretch from here. I mean, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now without any retracement, and it kind of makes me a little bit nervous that they're going to just run it up, get everybody long, and then scream it back down. And they could have a deep retracement. We could even be coming back into these consolidation areas here. I don't know. So we're going to watch for that one to transpire, but there's no trade on the US CAD for the way I see it until we see a nice deep retracement on it. Aussie dollar, I would expect price again to continue in line. If we're expecting bullish price action on the US dollar, I would expect bearish price on the Aussie dollar, and I'd be looking for these lows up in here to get tested. and I don't want to see it go too much higher than that. I might permit, you know, price to kind of run. I don't want to see price go any higher than here, but I'd say it's kind of right in the middle of this range right here. If price wanted to go higher than that, then I would be on the sidelines for this pair, because we could see some, you know, move that isn't conducive with the overall trend that I'm looking for here. So 78.25 would kind of be the line in the sand. If price traded higher than that, then I'd be sitting on the sidelines. But I think that, and there was a little bit of news out on the Aussie as well this evening, some big numbers. Didn't get a ton of price movement. Price stabbed down here a little bit and then reacted off of it. So you could have got in and captured, you know, if you went long here, you could have got in and captured 30 or 40 pips. Nice little intraday move. Nothing too crazy. And now we're trading back up into that this tiny consolidation range in here, and I would expect price to continue to fall off. Again, if possibly we see the price of the US dollar index sort of stab down one more time before it runs higher, then we could see the Aussie dollar do the exact opposite, where it would run back up, potentially taking out those two highs there, and then you know, falling off the side of the cliff there, so to speak, and continuing lower. So that's kind of what I'm expecting on the Aussie dollar. And really, price is going to kind of tell me what it's going to want to do when it gets back to this small consolidation range. If it bounces and runs higher, then we'll be looking for shorts up into here. And if it wants to just continue to run lower from there, then we can look at the lows down here as a target. So we'll keep that one on the back burner until then. Bitcoin, quickly. And I say quickly because I'm already on 5 minutes longer than what I wanted to be. I'm going to wrap the session up here pretty much right now after Bitcoin. I get rid of some of the mess on this chart here. So I did this on Sunday's trading, or sorry, not Sunday's trading, Sunday's market analysis. I do a pre-recorded video on the week ahead, and these are some of the levels that I've been calling, and I'm predicting price to come up and sweep these highs up in here and potentially rebound it. We may even get up to the 12,800 level, but I would expect to see price rebound and drop lower if we do get above here and trade into this kind of liquidity void sort of area. Draw on price. I think there's a ton of stops right above here that the market makers are going to want to come up, drive into, get, and they may take it pretty deep. They could even go deeper than this 1280. I would be looking at some reaction at this level here, but potentially the old lows in this area here could also be suspect. So I'll just draw that out real quick as well too. You can see those old lows there. Low, 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 low. That could be another area where, if they're bullish enough on this, where they may want to take price. So kind of that 13,400 level, just to kind of try and make an even number. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. 13,400. There we go. That's kind of the level. So I don't want to see price go any higher than that. If it does, then we are going to be bullish, and we could run for the 20,000, 15,000 area. So we'll watch for that. But I am looking at price. If you look at this, it gapped up today, Monday's trading came down, filled in that gap, and almost like right to the pip, it filled the gap. I'm expecting a push higher from here. It's actually kind of interesting that it's doing that right now, that it literally just, 1, 2, 3 hours ago filled that gap. We could start to see a nice push higher on this. I don't foresee it going much lower than this, and really from here, if these lows get taken out, and then we're going to be going higher. So if price pushes through this level here convincingly, we should then start to run up into the highs above here, and that would kind of be the target on the day. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. And Ethereum didn't do anything today, as you can see here, just shopping sideways, so nothing there that I would look at. So that is my real brief 15-minute, which turned into about a 23-minute market review. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. New York time to do a live trading session. So if you guys are trading the markets tomorrow morning, I will be back, and I'm going to be hitting the markets hard. We're going to be looking again at the pound dollar, looking for a trade there, and looking at the Aussie dollar. We could potentially have something there that might set up. and I'm looking at Bitcoin as well. There could be something interesting there. So that's pretty much it. The euro dollar I'm going to leave, and UJ I'm leaving, and US CAD I'm not going to touch. Like I said, I'm going to wait until it comes down there to look at anything. And oh, last one, crude oil. Um, Sorry guys, we had price reject down here, and I think we're going to go up for this $64 mark into tomorrow. Keep in mind, crude oil inventory numbers are on Wednesday, so I would suggest if you do take a trade into Tuesday that you exit that trade before those numbers come out. And keep in mind also, price could reject. See the 62.60 level I've got here. If price keeps going sideways here, we could come back down into this level here before it goes higher. So just kind of keep that in mind if you are looking at that. But we'll talk about this more tomorrow morning as well. So that's everything, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. If you have any questions, now's the time to let me know while I'm wrapping up here, and I'm going to get rolling. So I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to type anything out if you got it, and then I am going to get rolling. So let you guys enjoy your nights, and I'm going to go and get some sleep so I can be up nice and early for the New York trading session tomorrow. So yeah, I'm getting low video output too on my live stream session, so I don't know why my software is delaying here. So if you guys are watching this on the YouTube stream, apologize if it's a bit of a delay on my end, but hopefully that'll be fixed up tomorrow by by the New York session. So anyway, I don't see any questions, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for popping in and checking us out, and I will see you tomorrow morning for the New York session at 8 a.m. New York. I'll send out some notifications